What is going on, guys? Redox here, and I know I have been overdue with my Sony music player review. The unboxing of that has about 5,000 views right now, and I had no choice but to do this. But this is the review of the Sony NWA46HN. I'm not gonna bloat this at all. It's gonna be entirely focused on music and the extra features that this provides. Okay, so before going to the review, this is like common questions. First thing you'd ask when you look at this is, why do you want this? When you can basically, is this a music player? Okay, you can listen to music on your smartphone. Why do you want to do this? Okay, see, a smartphone is designed to be, it's targeted at a wider audience base, so it has to fulfill all the needs. So the focus, individual focus on those, like the excellence of that, gets diluted across, because it has to substitute 7, I can name from my head, 7 devices: a camcorder, a camera, a music player, a game playing device, a phone, internet machine, and also sometimes a workstation PC. So some people use their smartphone for emails. So it has to do the work of 7, so it gets diluted and doesn't do that well. But there are exceptions for this. There are smartphones that do everything well and then focus on one thing primarily, like the LG V30, which has a specific quad hi-fi DAC to make sure that audio playback is good. But those smartphones are very high price range. It's like very high, and most of the common people don't have access to those smartphones. That's why these devices exist. And also, if you need to do something really well, you need to have a specific device. Okay, wait, I mentioned LG V30 has a hi-fi DAC. What is a DAC, you'll be asking? A DAC is, the full form of DAC is a digital to analog converter. See, the songs nowadays are getting downloaded. So the songs you download, so your computer can process them, and computers work in zeros and ones. So it means the song is also zeros and ones, combination of bits. So, but your headphones, you don't hear the song as 01010101, right? You hear it as music, and music, it is analog format. So zeros and ones are digital. The music that headphones can play are analog. So who needs to convert that? And that's where the DAC comes in. So your smartphone has a good DAC, but it loses out some frequencies. You need to have specific hi-fi DACs that are capable of reproducing sound the way it was recorded. You can hear each and every frequency, and also clearly. You can hear each and every frequency clearly. So that's why hi-fi DACs exist. But hi-fi DACs are a bit expensive, so smartphone makers usually turn away from equipping them in smartphones. But this device, it has that, because it has no other need to do. It's a dedicated audio player. It doesn't care about games, doesn't care about camera, doesn't care about apps. It just plays music. So they can put this inside. It will not be goddamn expensive. Okay, so I just mentioned bit, and another reason why this is better, because it can play 24-bit audio. It's just an example. 24-bit audio, I just said bits are zeros and combination of zeros and ones. So audio, like the more bits you have, the more clear your audio will be, because the more samples you have, the better it will be. So normal audio that we all listen to right now, and also as what's being recorded from the microphone, is just 16-bit audio, which means there's 16 for 4 bits every second. So that amount of data is getting converted into analog information by the DAC when you play it back on your device. But so the more bits you have is better, right? So 24-bit audio is basically 24 to the power 4 bits per second, and that is exponentially higher than 16 per 4, because the base is higher, so the number will be exactly higher. So that's an example. Who would buy this device? A lot of people are extremely okay with the audio that the smartphones provide. It's great. I'm not saying any smartphone is bad at providing audio. No, it does its job and it does it well. But if you want something to be exceptionally good, you need to be at least a connoisseur of that. So like certain people, they love making photography. There are some photographers who do not prefer smartphones at all. They prefer high-end equipment. Videographers, for example, take certain YouTubers who use RED cameras. YouTube compresses videos, but they do that because they want it to look good. That's the same reason this exists. This is meant for people who are basically classified as audiophiles. Audiophiles are basically, they are a connoisseur of high-end audio equipment. They love hearing sound the way it was meant to be. hearing each and every frequency clearly and with as much distinction as possible. So this is basically my answer to why you would want this device, and it is quite a good sell. But nowadays these kinds of players can exist, but they're normal players like the iPod Nanos and iPod Shuffles. They are not selling exactly well. That's why Apple has continued them, because your smartphone can provide the exactly same audio output, but these devices can do something more that your average smartphone cannot. And that is one of the main reasons why I suggest this is worth a look at. So let's get on to the external overviews and let's look at the settings of this, and then we'll move on to the actual sound output. So yeah, let's move on to that. So this is the external overviews of the Sony NW-A46HN. So this device in today's world of smartphones with screens more than 5.2 inches is quite small, with coming in at a 3.1 inch 800 by 480 display. It's not good, I'd say, but it's a digital audio player and it's for audio. It's not even for video, so it doesn't matter. And it's about 11 millimeters thick. So, but it might seem a bit thick, but it's not too tall or too wide here, so it feels extremely small in today's world, and you'd not even fit it in your backpack or your pocket. So this is the main UI, and I might have struggled in the unboxing video to find the folder sorting method, but once you get used to it, it's quite easy. So I'm not going to go into any of these bland settings because you guys can just go and take a look at it yourself, but I'm just going to go on to output settings. There's the AVLS, which limits the volume up to 63. You can't take it any higher or any lower. Let me just go on to that. So you see, it won't go higher than 63, but it will go lower. But if you remove that, it will happily go higher than 63. That is just an industry standard level. And this, you can select how to output DSD files on USB DAC mode, and there's the filtering and gain selection. So clear audio plus. What do you do? Okay, you don't look at that when you first boot up the device, and you just go to sound settings and it's like equalizer, and it gives you a custom setup, and you're like, I don't know what this is. I am not exactly sure. And even though it's clearly explained in everything else except for the equalizer, you're not sure, you just put clear audio plus. What that does is that it is a one-step digital signal processing. I used that off the thing, but it just applies a preset of changes which will immediately make your audio sound better on good pairs of headphones. But you're not going to enable that, and you're going to go inside. In the equalizer, there are certain presets like rock, pop, jazz, classical, EDM, hip hop, relax, and there's 2 custom profiles which I've set up. There's the DSE HX, which basically upscales CD quality audio to high resolution audio. The equivalent of high resolution audio, doesn't basically change it. And there's DC phase realizer, which just makes the low frequency response more like an analog amplifier. It just uses a DAC. It'd be a bit more realistic, the bass frequencies. And there's the virtual surround systems, which I have not tried it a lot. And then there's a dynamic normalizer. It just basically minimizes the volume differences between 2 or 3 songs. And then there's the headphones, and this is the answer to the comment posted in my unboxing video. The headphones that they give in the box are basically the NW500N or any, depending on where you live. And those headphones have active noise cancellation on, but it has to be done by the player. It doesn't have on its own. That's why it doesn't need batteries. But this also has digital noise cancellation. So if I take this, it can do noise cancellation, but the headphones aren't capable of that. Then there's the Bluetooth settings, and this device is capable of Bluetooth aptX. Qualcomm is using the codec of Qualcomm aptX, and it also has NFC, so you can transfer sounds like that. And one main feature, it also has FM radio, which is a rare sight in today's world. You can do that if you wanted to. But one drawback with this device that I feel is that you cannot create playlists on it. But you can connect this device to the computer and there are Sony tools for that, and you can use other tools like JRiver Media Center and Winamp you can do, using those tools you can create any playlist and it will work on this device. So I guess that is it. Yeah, who is it? That is it. I know. That is it for the external overviews of this. We're going to move on to the sound quality. So now on to the important part. So 24-bit is 331,776, 331,776 samples per second, which your smartphone can't handle. But there are devices like the LG V30 with specific hi-fi DACs that support high-res audio, that is 24-bit. But it's expensive. And if you play 16-bit audio through your smartphones, it sounds great, but got a pair of heavy earphones, it certainly also sounds great. Also, if you use a normal earphone, you'd actually miss out on some frequencies. Sometimes it may be because of the headphones, but most of the time it's because of a bad DAC. And you see, as I said, a smartphone is a device that does everything well, so it doesn't do anything exceptionally well, except for some there are exceptions for that. So in this case, the dedicated device for playing audio would fare better as it has a really good DAC. Okay, now, so to the player itself. I have been using this for almost 2 months and the experience has been, to lack of a better word, perfect. The battery life is really good. Okay, so music quality. I have been using this with the headphones that they gave that I showed in the video, but I'll again show it to you. Read it again. The IER NW500N and the XB950AP headphones that I unboxed earlier. The bundled headphones are of good quality and are even better than some expensive ones. So if you just want, and I'd say the noise cancellation on that is better than the XB950AP because the headphone has noise cancellation mics built into it, while the XB950AP doesn't, just has a call microphone. This Sony does digital noise cancellation on it. So noise cancellation on the IER NW500N or NE, depending on your location, is actually better than any other headphone you can buy from Sony because none of them have noise cancellation. It's but I have used this player mainly with the extra bass headphones because I feel that it is. I feel like, okay, if I plug a lot of, if I like put in-ear headphones for a long time, I feel like my ears are irritating and they are a bit itchy, so I use the extra bass more. The sound stage is wide and not so crisp. Also, in any headphone, mind the word any headphone, the bass is also clear and of good intensity. It's not like you're bass boosting it. It is of a good clarity. You can hear the thump crisply and it's not overdone like those bass boosted memes on the internet. The clear audio mode, as I said in the video, is a mode that instantly improves the audio quality. So if you're really tired, you just want to listen to good quality audio and you would use some digital processing, tap the clear audio mode, boom, the sound is improved. So I haven't been using the equalizer a lot, but the presets are actually good and they vary a lot, and you can view the state change. And the UI isn't cluttered and it's fairly straightforward. And as I said, the battery life is also great and the Bluetooth works great, but for some reason it won't connect to my Samsung soundbar through Bluetooth, but it connects to my Denon AVR receiver perfectly. It also has digital noise cancellation, it simulates the effect, and to comment on it is really good. Okay, it cuts out, okay, the interesting thing about that, it cuts out ambient noise but not speech. I was clearly able to converse with my friend wearing the extra bass earphones and having digital noise cancellation off. I was sitting in a busy railway station and I couldn't hear anything, the trains, but I could hear him clearly over the sound, though it was blasting on my ears, so I was not even concentrating on him, but I knew that I was able to hear him. So yeah, and I said the UI is not cluttered, but you saw in the unboxing video that I struggled to find the folder sorting method. It is not so hard, okay? You just have to get accustomed to it. You just have to use it for some time. The first time you use it, it might feel like it's from 2010. It's like really hard, you don't know anything. It's from 1995. No. Try till you succeed. That's what I say. It doesn't involve a lot of tries. Like 3 times for like one entire day. Use it the next day, you can be comfortable with it because it's not as complicated as other players. The UI is straightforward. You see where it is, but when you locate the setting, it's easy to change it. But the locating part is quite hard, and I can't do a tutorial for that. It's your own experience. You buy it or go demo it in any Sony showroom. I guess you'd find it easy. And the answer to my comment on my unboxing video, actually it can't search by name. And yeah, okay, this is not, I'm not saying this is bad, okay, but it can't, the player can't create playlists on its own. If you want to have playlists, you have to plug it into the computer and copy songs to the order you want. Like first you want, for example, Shape of You, you have to copy that first. Next you want like Black or White by Michael Jackson, copy that second. Third you want Who Is It, and then that. Fourth you want the Mona Lisa song. Fourth that. You can't do it on the player itself, which the Ruizu was able to. So yeah, that also has an SD card slot, if you saw in the exterior dimensions. And I have a 256 gig card in it, and it worked flawlessly. It has 32 gigs of internal storage, as I showed, and I use it with the 16, 32, 64 and 16, 32, 128 and 256 gig SD cards, and it worked perfect. It also has FM radio for some reason, which a lot of players today are just deleting it. But this is a hi-fi player, and I know why you want to listen to FM radio on this, but it's there. So I feel that I've covered everything. I've reviewed the sound quality, I've looked at the dimensions, I've looked at how it is in the hand, I've looked at the UI, battery life, all the nifty features here and there. And if I miss something, please comment on it and I will comment you back. I will update the description to include the missing information. And okay, so to the final verdict, the NW846 is a good player. This price range, for about $400, this is the best DAP, digital audio player, and I recommend you buy it.